What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another ticker feed video and welcome to the ticker feed family. So the ticker symbol we're going to be talking about today is ZOM or ZOM or Zomedica. Guys, this is an amazing company. I really enjoy talking about them. It just gets me excited. I'm not even joking. So today we're just going to be talking about the knowns, the unknowns, everything about ZOM and what I think is pertinent to know. And then what we'll do after that is finish off with a chart analysis and a price prediction. And for those that have been supporting my channel so far, guys, I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. For those that are tuning in for the first time, I just want to say a quick little summary of Zomedica themselves. And so look, they are based out of Michigan and they're a veterinary health company. Okay, and so what they do is they create products for dogs and cats by focusing on the needs of clinical veterinarians. So what does that mean? So Medica's product portfolio itself will include innovative diagnostics and medical devices that emphasize patient health and practice health, right? So hopefully that should make sense. Now, it is Zomedica's mission, according to them, to provide veterinarians with the opportunity to increase productivity and grow revenue while better serving the animals in their care, which makes sense. And this is what I like about them so much. I personally own 2 dogs. Okay, I've had dogs my whole life. So when it comes to being able to diagnose these animals means a lot to me personally. So I really do appreciate this company. For the ticker symbol ZOM or ZOM, what I wanted to point out as well on my channel, I talked about it here for the just the latest update, the 2020 financial results, and then the company itself. I was able to break down just their fundamentals overall, and that's going to be right here. So if you check about a month ago is when I first started talking about them and just doing a little technical analysis on them. So I just wanted to give that and let you know that if there's some more information that you need that I didn't mention, you can check out those videos. So I found this on a website, and so I wanted to break it down and wanted to know your thoughts overall. Okay, so if you own this stock, if you're thinking about buying them, or did you sell them, whatever the case is, leave a comment down below. Now, it says ZOM has gotten out of the penny stock dungeon by finally bringing a diagnostic system for vet offices to the market, right? So they're currently around a $1.70 range. Now, with that being said, clearly with the penny stock just in general, they are going to fluctuate, which everybody knows. That's not a surprise. But they did close at $1.60, so even from this website, they're not that far away. Now, they say, but how many systems can they sell, right? They've sold one, which is a massive deal, but that's going to be probably the biggest question. Now, again, they sold TRUFORMA. Now, this is used for radio waves to run through a region and patient blood sample to diagnose thyroid and adrenal conditions in dogs and cats, right? And that's their main thing, which amazing technology. Now, each test uses a separate disposable cartridge, and each region can perform a different test, which again I think is amazing, and I really do appreciate it. Now, the market for such testing is real, about 1.8 billion last year. Now, the market is estimated to grow 3 billion. So what are your thoughts on that? I'm just curious, from 1.8 to 3 by 2025. I think that's reasonable, and I think that's right on track. So I appreciate that, and to me it makes sense. Now, what's the deal? So TRUFORMA uses bulk acoustic wave, which is BAW. So if you ever hear that, that's what that means, right? So it's with QORVO, okay? Now, it is used to analyze high frequency radio waves. So most of the applications seem aimed at telecom companies. Now, acoustic waves have been studied in tissue since the 90s. So keep that in mind. So I wanted to highlight that because it's been around for a while, right? So with that, especially with the accurate information on the chemical composition of small samples, which is what we're dealing with, right? So now, just in last May, the acoustic chemical, right? The device is a 6-pound shoebox. So I highlighted that because I thought that was kind of interesting. 6 pounds. I mean, that's extremely heavy. So I think TRUFORMA itself, which they're not talking about, I think the device itself, they can make smaller and lighter. Kind of like the way that we've had cell phones and all other sorts of devices that continue to be developed. Now, here's a few things. Everybody knows or should know, especially if you listen to some of the previous videos, that the buyer, Jason Berg, runs a 29,000 square foot critical care pet hospital. But here's what I highlighted. He has a lot of wealthy clients and can take a risk. Now keep that in mind. Not only that he's got a lot of wealthy clients, but I think if it works well for him and he mentions it, that could be a great catalyst. But also, people are going to refer to him, right? He's got all the credentials. So if he says, yep, this is great, this is amazing, I've been doing this for 6 months, a year or whatnot, I think it's going to help take it off. Now, the price of the device and the cartridges must be affordable to smaller practices, which makes sense, right? I mean, just like with everything else, if the masses can buy it, then it's going to be more affordable. They'll be able to sell more, which I think is great. Now, it says it must become accessible to the middle-class pet owners. Okay, so that's everybody. That's me. That's whoever that on a daily basis should be able to buy that themselves. And when they get to that point, I think that is when it honestly is going to be a game changer. So for me, that's pretty exciting, right? Now, the company was worth $200 million at the end of 2020. Now its market cap entering March is $1.75 billion. And it hasn't even gotten 10 times bigger physically in that time. So, I mean, that's a major difference. So I like that a lot. Now, with that being said, the launch was music to, I would say, the majority of us shareholders, right? So with more than 70 patents issued or pending, it could be a home run. I wanted to point that out, 70 patents issued or pending. So the more patents they get, right, they won't be pending forever, and so that'll only allow them to continue to expand, right? Which means TRUFORMA maybe number 2, number 3, 2.0, whatever the case is. I think that's great. Now, with that being said, here's the bottom line. According to this guy, say there's so many unknowns, but at 66, I'm not looking at a 10-year risk cycle. For younger investors, say those 40 or less, Zomedica looks attractive at under $2 a share. Now, when I see that and I see what he's talking about with the stock's momentum, watching the daily price action, buying and selling, and as well as the rumors, I'm thinking for anybody, honestly, when it comes to the risk, it is a penny stock, right? I mean, it's not even worth $10 a share yet. But with that being said, the more the technology grows and the more that the technology gets better, and then that your everyday person can afford it, I think that's when it's going to be, again, a complete game changer. But with that being said, let's check out the chart analysis and finish off with the price prediction. Okay, so I've been saying this in the last few videos, but I have to just hone in on it a few more times just for the overall audience can understand this, because I feel like it'll help out a lot. But with the candlestick chart, it's a simple method of displaying price information in the market, right? It's a little bit different than the line chart. So each series on a candlestick chart contains 4 data points. So I want you to remember that. The opening price, the high price, the low price, and the closing price, okay? Now, when you're looking at the anatomy, keep in mind the body, which is that square part, right, which makes the candle, it indicates the open to close range. Now, the wicks, which is what makes also the end point of the candle itself, is called tails or shadows, okay? Now, this shows the long lines above and below the main body. They reveal the intraday's highs and lows. And then last, again, it's going to be the color. Remember, a green shows price increase, red shows price decrease. All right, long term, keep that in mind. I hope that helps. Now, when you're looking at the trend line, you've got the support and the resistance. Here's the thing. When you're looking at ZOM, again, one of my favorite companies, when you're looking at their trend line, you always see it at a certain point, right? Then once we start hearing that news, we get a new resistance and a new support. So right here below, you see these bars, right? You've got 1 million volume, right, on 111, for example. That's buys and trades. So let's expand it. And it's got a new support line. So what I'm seeing, I would say it's almost at, I don't know, I'd say roughly about $1.30 to $1.60 as the new support line. Now, it had a high of 291, which broke that barrier, which is great. But again, it has divvied down. But again, you've got the overall economy and the market itself still trying to figure out what it wants to do, right? So this is another opportunity for just averaging down, averaging down, averaging down over and over and over for those. And for those that are buying the first time, I still think you're getting a pretty good deal because, again, it almost hit $3, right? So with the NASDAQ and whatnot, they're above that $1, and they've been above that $1 now for a few months, which is great. Now, with that being said, I'm thinking in about 2 months from now, we're going to get a new support. So if you're looking at some of the older ones, you're looking at $1.08, $1.97, $2. I'm thinking it's going to be in the low twos. Now, with that being said, guys, I really do appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video. It really means a lot. And as always, guys, welcome to the Ticker Feed family.